Yes.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Nidhi.
Good afternoon.
So, Nidhi, introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Nidhi Kumari. I have done my schooling from Barani and I belong to Gopalganj, Bihar. And after that, I did my BTech in chemical engineering and MTech in hydrocarbon engineering from IIT Roorkee. During my BTech, I did my internship at IOCL Barani. And in my MTech, I did my project on impregnation of metal catalyst into biomass for hydrogen production. After completing my graduation from IIT Roorkee, I placed in Kane Oil and Gas Vedanta Limited, where I worked for 2 years as an operation engineer. And after that, I quit my job last year in August, and I prepared for GATE, and now I am sitting for the interview.
Okay. So, you said you did your master's in hydrocarbon engineering.
Yes, sir.
Why hydrocarbon engineering?
Sir, actually, my master's was a part of dual degree program. It was integrated course, so it was not allow us to choose the which area I want to do MTech. So it was the integrated program of chemical engineering only. So it was
That
allotted.
every student in the class post graduated with the hydrocarbon engineering.
Yes, sir. Every student.
Okay. So, anything special you read in the hydrocarbon engineering? Any
Sir,
special subject?
yeah, we had studied about the upstream facility, how the rigs are maintained in the ocean, and basically the upstream and production facilities of an upstream company, the oil production facilities.
Okay. You did your internship from the IOC Baroni. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you applied for that, or there is some reference or some approach by which you get the internship at Baroni?
Yeah, the internship was done after third year, so it was applied there through a department itself. Every student of my batch was allotted to different industry and refineries for the third year internship, and I did my schooling from Barani, and so they asked me if you want to go Barani, so I told them yes, it's good.
So it
Then
was
I
given by the
did
department.
sorry, sir.
It was given by the department, not through any
Yes.
reference.
Yes, sir. It was given by department.
So you have no reference in Indian Oil, no friend, relative, anyone working in Indian Oil.
Sir, not a very close relative, but yes, my sister's relatives, like sister-in-law's families, is related to Indian Oil.
Okay.
Very
And in
close.
Vedanta, you worked for 2 years as an operation engineer.
Yes, sir.
So what is your actual work there?
Sir, I was posted in a midstream facility. Since the Kane is an upstream company, it has the production facility in the Barme, where the oil is coming out of the well, and the first processing is going on, like removal of salt, removal of sand, removal of water, and then it is pumped through the 700-kilometer pipeline, which is continuously heated pipeline. It is the world's largest continuously heated pipeline. So in between the pipeline, there are so many customers of Kane. Like Kane, I was in the midstream, so I was also a customer of Kane, because we are pulling the oil from that pipeline. So I was in the midstream department. The main work was there to pump the oil and also store the oil for the selling it to the IOCL. So there we have the selling facility to the IOCL. So through CTM and blender, we have the storage facilities and we have the pumping facilities. And besides that, we have some utilities also to take care of the operations. So I was basically monitoring after the pipeline operation, also the terminal operation.
So you said that pipeline is continuously heated pipeline.
Yes, sir.
Why there is a need of continuous heating?
Sir, since the oil produced from the barmaid area is very waxy, its pour point temperature is around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. So it's very waxy. It is not able to flow inside the pipe. So we need to keep the temperature at a flow condition. So the minimum temperature which is required for the crude oil to be in the flow condition is 65 degrees Celsius. And below 65 degrees Celsius, it starts to, the flowability of the crude oil decreases. So we need to heat it continuously above the 65 degrees Celsius so that the flowability of the crude is maintained and it is pumped smoothly through the end of the customer.
So how you achieve that continuous heating?
Sir, we have the technology called SEMS. It is invented by the Kane only. The SEMS is SEHMS, Skin Effect Heat Management System. In this, the crude oil pipeline is led parallelly with the natural gas pipeline, which is of 8-inch pipeline, and the crude oil pipeline is 24-inch pipeline. So what we are doing, the SEMS has a electrical current, a wire carrying current, which is insulated at 2 degrees Celsius. Sir, can I draw the diagram so that you would?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Suppose that this is the pipeline, and this internal diameter is of 24-inch, and the outer diameter, which is an insulation of 3 materials, and this wire is of 1-inch current carrying wire, and it is transferring heat to the internal surface of the crude oil pipeline through conduction. So the heat is generated. The electrical wire is generating heat, and it is transferred to the crude oil through conduction. And this current is generated actually through the facilities which is installed at every 20 kilometer along with the pipeline. That is called. I am forgetting, there is an installation of 1 megawatt power station at every 20 kilometer of pipeline, where the pipeline which is carrying natural gas along with the crude oil pipeline, the natural gas is burned, and then the 1 megawatt power station is producing the power to deliver through that the wire carrying current, and that carrying current produces so much heat so that the heat flow inside the crude oil through conduction as well as convection, and thus the heat of the crude oil, the temperature of the crude oil is maintained. And yes, the temperature of the crude oil has to be maintained above 65 degrees Celsius. Once that it reaches beyond 65 or 63 degrees Celsius, then auto restart of that engine happens, and again it maintains the temperature above 65 degrees, then it auto get cut off.
Okay.
So this was the technology.
Very good, Nidhi. Why you left the job at Vedanta?
Sir, actually, since it was told in the beginning that we have to get transfer after 2 years, and we will be allowed to visit all sites of King, that is the Andhra Pradesh site and the Barmaid site and the Suwali site. But after 2 years completion, it was said that the posting is final and you have to be there. So because sir, I thought that I do not want myself to limit in a particular area. I want to explore more because it's my beginning of the career. I do not want to stick with the one single facility. So that's why I want to explore more and want to go beyond my limits. And yeah.
So you left the job in 2018,
No, sir, 19.
19,
I
19.
joined there in 2017 and left there in 2019. I worked there for 2 years and 1 month.
You left the job without having anything in your hand, the other offer. Generally, the
Yeah,
people leave the job when someone get the another offer, but you just left the job without. Yeah.
yeah, I know, sir, because I know it can be a risky, and also I'm facing that it's a very risky because COVID also occurred and so many opportunities are also not created. But when I was doing my job, I was preparing for the PSUs and not able to do best with the job. So I thought, why not I should left the job and do the things which I want with full dedication. That's why I left the job.
So that means you left the job for preparing the PSU
Yes, sir.
and not because you want to explore more sites.
Sir, since the IOCL is present in a very diverse area, like it has the plant in Haldia, it has the plant in Panipat, it has the plant in Vadodara. So I can see it has posting in many ways, and so it can be diversified with the job. That's why I thought it
So
can be a good.
your 2 year experience of Vedanta, how it is beneficial to us in Indian Oil? Is your experience is beneficial to us also?
Sir, because it can be beneficial since the attitude which I learned from there, like like I was posted in a pipeline operation, and since the Virangam terminal is responsible for whole pipeline, so the leadership quality which I learned there can be useful in the PSUs, and the other technical thing which I learned there can be useful in the pipeline operations of IOCL, then yes, it can be useful to some extent, and it has helped me to create a base for the for further future.
So haven't you applied for the BIS? Recently, the BIS interview,
Uh,
BIS completed the interviews. What happened in there?
Sir, I was not shortlisted there.
Okay, okay, okay. So tomorrow, let's say if ONGC invites you for the interview, then will you join ONGC or will remain in Indian Oil?
Sir, I will remain in Indian Oil.
So you don't like upstream?
Sir, I have faced the upstream, so now after having 2 years of experience, not exactly in the upstream, but in the pipeline operation. And I think the pipeline operation experience can help me in the pipeline operation of IOCL also, because it has 7 divisions: the pipeline, marketing, and refineries and R&Ds. So pipeline division, which experience can help me in the IOCL. So it will support me. So I think IOCL is the best platform for me to join if I get selected.
Okay. Do you know Indian Oil not only deals with the petroleum products, but it also deals with the petrochemical products?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 7 division
So
now. One of the
you
division is petrol.
you know where our petrochemical plants are situated?
Sir, sorry, right now I'm not able to recall.
Okay. And you know that Indian Oil have also diversified its business in fertilizer.
Yes, sir.
They're dealing in the fertilizer also.
Yes, sir. BCG.
So you know our subsidy who is dealing in the fertilizer?
Sorry.
Our subsidy which is dealing in the fertilizer, you know that?
Sir, I forgot. Sir, I read about that, but I forgot.
Okay. Indian Oil deals in the natural gas too.
Okay, sir.
So at what rank we are in India in terms of natural gas production?
Sorry, sir. Don't know that.
You,
I will.
you haven't read
I will
anything
study.
about our company, huh?
Sir, I have read, but not these parts, or maybe I have missed these parts. Because in like in the BCG, I know there is a satat activity, satat what I can say, satat initiative has been under the BCG, biocompressed gas. So that I know. Beyond that, how it is being what is the basic of that, I also know that. But
Okay, how
beyond
many Maharatna companies are there in India?
sorry sir,
How many Maharatna companies are there in India?
Maharatna, sir, IOCL, CIL,
Number,
and
number. Number.
sir, sorry, number I don't know. Maybe 7 or 8.
And when does a company gets the Maharatna status?
I think it depends on revenue.
Okay, how much revenue?
Don't know, sir.
Okay, you want to be in the Maharatna company, and you don't know what the Maharatna status, huh?
Sir, I will read about this.
Okay, okay. Okay, what are your favorite subjects, Nidhi?
The heat transfer, fluid dynamics, mass transfer.
Okay. Sir, Deep sir.
Yeah, sure. So before asking the technical question, I would like to know something. As you said, you have worked in upstream, right? Okay. So just wanted to know what is upstream basically is what means what was the work you were doing there? First tell me that in the
Sir,
upstream.
I'm in the pipeline department. So, Kane is an upstream company and it has the upstream facility in Barmer. And I was posted in Virangam, which is the midstream department, basically the storage and pumping. So,
Okay.
yeah, I can tell about what an upstream company. Upstream is we have three streams in the crude oil. One is upstream, second is midstream, third is downstream. In upstream, production of things happen. Midstream, the transportation of things happen, and in downstream, the refining of that thing, processing of that thing happen.
So IOCL is a midstream, upstream, or downstream?
Basically, it's a downstream company, but yeah, it has some division which can be included in the midstream, like pipeline divisions. And as the sir said that Indian Oil is also in the natural gas production, so it is having its it is now creating its domain in upstream also for the production of natural gases.
So in future, if you get a chance to work in any upstream, like suppose IOCL starts as upstream, suppose, then will you be doing there, or as you said, you don't want to join ONGC, you just want to join IOCL. That was the reason, first because you don't want to stick to the upstream. If IOCL starts upstream, then what will you do then? Will you
Sir,
restrict
it's not
yourself?
about to the upstream department only. It's about a diversified department. I want to be in that company which offer me diversified platform so that that would increase my knowledge and also the area of knowledge. So if the Indian Oil will provide me the opportunity to go for the upstream also and gain the knowledge and do the operations and uh, do good for the company, then why not I will go there, because it is providing me different areas for my enhancement as well as company's growth.
Okay. Okay. So you said you are having heat and mass transfer and fluid dynamics, right?
Yes, sir.
As your favorite subject. Okay, Nidhi. So just tell me, what is piezometer?
Yeah, piezometer is an instrument which is suppose that we have a pipe of inside that water and any fluid is flowing, and piezometer we insert the piezometer is a kind of
If you want, you can use pen or paper to explain.
I'm sorry, sir, my network got lost.
Okay, no issue.
Hello. Am I
Uh-huh.
audible, sir?
Yeah, yeah,
My
audible.
Yeah.
connection.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Suppose that we have a pipe and inside that fluid is flowing. Then if we want to measure the local pressure, then we will insert a device which can be in the form of capillary or maybe in the tube. So that tube thing is piezometer, in which we instantly measure the pressure.
Nidhi, you can use pen and paper if you want.
Sorry, sir. Yeah.
You can use
Yeah.
pen and paper if you want.
So suppose that this is the pipe, inside this fluid is flowing, and this is a device which is called piezometer, which we can insert on the top of the pipe, and so that due to the pressure inside the fluid, a liquid get ऊपर चढ़ जाता है वो पानी, और फिर that the height is measured. That height we can measure the pressure through that height. This is
Okay.
called
Can you show me the side view of it,
side view.
of that? Means you are saying the piezometer is installed at the top of the pipe, right? Okay. So can you tell me that the head which you are telling, what type of head it is?
Pressure head, sir.
Actually, there are different heads you must have heard. Is it a like static head, dynamic head, or stagnation head? Which type of head it is?
Sir, this is static head.
Static head. Okay, good. Then, do we use any sort of fluid inside the piezometer, or only the head is solely that water only, which is flowing inside the pipe?
Sir, piezometer is a single tube kind.
Hmm.
So we do not use any other fluid because it is open from the top. And if we have to use another fluid, then we do not use piezometer. We will use manometer or differential manometer, something like that.
Okay, so what is manometer then?
Okay. So manometer is an U-shaped device which is used to measure the pressure, pressure head by connecting the two different points of a pipe inside which the fluid is flowing. So I can draw.
Yeah, sure.
So, suppose that this is the manometer, and it is a U-shaped device. And if I have to measure the pressure difference between these two, then I will go for the manometer, and I will connect, since the manometer is connected to two different points. So if the fluid is flowing in this direction, then pressure would definitely be higher at here than here. So it will push the fluid. If the fluid, whatever the fluid, this fluid should be denser than this, because it is like this, what I can say, this position में है, ठीक है? तो फिर यहाँ पे अब ये, since the pressure at this point is greater than the pressure at this point, so it will push the fluid, and this will get up, and the difference created in the level of the manometer fluid would be measured in terms of the pressure.
So that's the pressure difference you are saying, right? Manometer measures pressure difference, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and through this we will measure the velocity also.
Okay. So why do we use a denser fluid, and what type of fluid do we use inside the manometer?
Sir, we can use lighter fluid also, but the manometer would be inverted manometer. So if we are using, okay.
Okay, so why we are using the denser fluid in the U-tube manometer? That's what I'm asking.
Sir, suppose that if this is like this manometer, if we use lighter fluid, then this fluid would be easily replace this fluid, and the pressure created won't be there. It will finally evacuate this manometer tube, and this will be empty and filled by the fluid which is flowing inside the pipeline. That's so that ये खाली हो जाएगा सर. एंड इसके बाद अगर हम मतलब अगर लाइटर फ्लूइड हम यूज करेंगे इसमें, अगर पाइपलाइन की जो फ्लूइड है उससे लाइटर हम यूज करेंगे तो वो इजिली पुश करके उसको निकाल देगा एंड फिर वो पूरा ही मैनोमीटर खाली हो जाएगा. एंड फिर हमें जो प्रेशर डिफरेंस, जो प्रेशर हमें मेजर करना है, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट हाइट डिफरेंस वोंट बी क्रिएटेड, एंड सो we won't be able to measure the velocity as well as the pressure.
वो कहाँ से खाली हो जाएगा? Is there any leakage or something?
No, it's not leakage. Since ये lighter fluid होगा, ये easily इसको push कर देगा, इसकी density ज़्यादा है तो ये settle होने की कोशिश करेगा, तो then फिर ये lighter है तो obviously ये move up कर जाएगा and ये fluid इसको replace कर देगा, ये खाली नहीं होगा, leakage नहीं होगा, वो replace करेगा.
Okay, good.
Sir, please correct me if I am wrong.
We will give feedback. Don't worry. Okay. So, and what is pitot tube?
Sir, pitot tube is used to measure the stagnation pressure, and it is used to measure the local velocity flowing inside the tube.
Okay. So, what will be the orientation and how will it be different from the piezometer?
Sorry. Sir, suppose that this is piezometer and this is pitot tube. Through pitot tube, the orientation would be like this. The fluid is flowing in like this, and it is hitting the surface of the pitot tube at this point, and here the velocity of the fluid becomes 0, and it measures the stagnation pressure. And how it is different from the piezometer, like the pitot tube measures the kinetic pressure as well as pressure head, and kinetic head and pressure head, but piezometer measures only pressure head.
It's fine. Okay, sir.
Nidhi, tell me, what is the equipment used for the gas liquid separation?
Gas liquid separation. The tank bed. Okay.
For the gas separation?
For the gas. Sir, we can use chromatography method.
For the gas solid separation?
Sir, for gas solid separation, sir, centrifugals. I'm not able to recall the name, but yes, centrifugal kind of equipment. Centrifuge, yes.
An electrostatic precipitator also. Okay, for the liquid separation?
Sir, extraction process.
Okay, liquid solid?
Liquid solid, sir, crystallization.
Okay, solid?
Sir, screening or maybe density. Screening plus we can go for differential settling method inside the liquid.
Sorting.
Yeah.
Sorting. You didn't name filtration.
Sir, I forgot that.
Filtration is used for?
Sir, filtration is used for removing the solid particles from a liquid.
So desired product is solid particle or liquid?
Sir, it can be both, depend on what we want. Sir, no sir, sorry. For filtration, desired product is liquid. For sedimentation, desired product is solid.
And what is a thickener?
Thickener. Sir, thickener is basically thicken the liquid.
How?
By heating it.
Heating it. Thickener. Clarifier.
Sorry, I'm not able to recall.
Okay, okay. How many types of filtrations are there?
Sir, one constant pressure filtration and one constant volumetric filtration.
Volumetric,
Volume flow rate filtration.
volume, constant volume.
Yes.
Okay, okay. You say one name in the solid-solid separation, and that is differential settling process.
Okay, yes.
Can you elaborate that?
Sir, yes. Can I elaborate it through diagram?
Just theory.
Just theory. Sir, suppose that we have particles of different density and the size of each particle is same.
Okay.
Okay, then we are putting, suppose we have a beaker and liquid is filled inside it, and we are putting the solid which are of same size, same suppose that sphere size, but density is different, so we are putting it through the top of the beaker, and thus the particle will start to settle depending upon the terminal velocity, and which also depends upon the density. So the particle having a lighter density will settle less velocity, will settle with less velocity, and the particle will having the density, which is denser, will settle with the more velocity, and so uh, it will settle fast, and yeah, it will settle fast.
Nidhi, you are
Yes.
right exactly that in the differential settling method, the particle settles on the basis of their terminal velocity. And
Yes.
terminal velocity is the velocity at which is a constant velocity. Okay,
Yes.
Hannah, you are exactly right. Now, in that beaker, when two types of solid particles having the different density but the same size, when they settle according to their terminal velocity, ultimately, don't you think that both of them settles at the bottom? Because even after achieving the terminal velocity, the particles keep on traveling. So whether it is a lighter particle or it's a denser particle, after achieving the terminal velocity again, they keep on traveling with the terminal velocity. So ultimately both will settle at the bottom. Then how will you separate them?
Sir, if I'm not wrong, then terminal velocity will depends upon the density of the particle.
You are right.
Yes. So terminal velocity for both the particle would be different.
Yes, will be different.
So the particle which is denser will settle with a higher terminal velocity. It will settle within lesser time, and the particle which is lighter will settle with their own terminal velocity, taking greater time. So a layer of solid will form, which is having a denser particle in the bottom and lighter particle in the top. So hence we will able to separate it.
Terminal velocity is not zero, Nidhi. Terminal velocity is velocity. So if
Yes.
denser particle will settle at the bottom, you are
Hmm.
saying that lighter particle will be settling at the top.
Yes.
But
Not
the
top, above the that
just
denser
above,
particle.
just above,
Yes, just
just
above.
above. So at just above that, when the lighter particle is there, can you say that the lighter particle is now stationary? It is not moving.
Yes,
The
we
lighter
can.
lighter particle is moving with the terminal velocity, na?
That it is settling. Once it gets settled, why would it move? Because it reaches that surface. Beyond that, it do not have space to move. It do not have the liquid medium, vacant medium. It settled on some other surface. So it has settled, created a base, one base
Now
of.
you can use pen and paper to explain that.
Yes. So this is the first scenario. in which I have two particles of same size. One is lighter and one is denser. Light one is denser and blue one is lighter. Okay, since the terminal velocity depends on the density also, and diameter also, and diameter is same, so it is not affecting the terminal velocity, but the density is different, it is affecting the terminal velocity. So red one is heavier, so it will settle fast and it will get settled in the bottom. Okay, and the blue one is lighter, it will settle slow and it will settle on the top of this heavier one. So these two media would be created, and thus a layer form which can we can easily identify that upper part is of
very good, maybe very good interview. Okay, so I want to give you some feedback. Okay, first of all, जो आपने अपने जॉब में जो भी आपने नॉलेज बताई है हमें, ठीक है, regarding that line, why the continuous heating is required and everything, whatever I asked you explained it very well. Okay, so that is a plus point. And why it's a plus point? Because when you start a job in Indian Oil, then with the same dedication you will work there also. So every corporate wants that कि एक स्टूडेंट जिसको हम हायर कर रहे हैं उसका टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट्स में इंटरेस्ट हो, ठीक है. सो दैट्स अ प्लस पॉइंट फॉर यू. द सेकंड गुड प्लस पॉइंट फॉर यू इज द डाइवर्सिफिकेशन पॉइंट, जो बार बार आप बोल रहे हो कि क्योंकि डाइवर्सिफिकेशन नहीं मिल रही थी इसलिए मैंने छोड़ा, और इंडियन ऑयल में मुझे डाइवर्सिफिकेशन मिल सकती है इसलिए मैं इंडियन ऑयल ज्वाइन करना चाहती हूँ. तो ये बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट है, ये भी जो आपको इंटरव्यू में बिल्कुल बोलना है, जरूर बोलना है. और जो आपने अपनी जॉब के बारे में हमें बताया, तो जॉब को भी अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में थोड़ा डिटेल में मेंशन करना है, सो दैट आपको जो इंटरव्यू है उसमें जॉब पार्ट मेंशन हो, क्योंकि अगर वो तुमसे तुम्हारी जॉब के बारे में पूछेंगे, यू हैव ए प्लस पॉइंट देयर. ठीक है. उसके बाद एक जो मुझे चीज बतानी है वो है इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द कंपनी. आपको कंपनी के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन बिल्कुल नहीं थी, हमने पढ़ा नहीं बिल्कुल भी उसके बारे में. तो एक बड़ा सिंपल सा एग्जांपल है, जैसे कल को मान लो दो परिवार आपस में रिश्ता जोड़ते हैं, शादी करते हैं, ठीक है, तो उसमें भी लड़के और लड़की दोनों की अच्छे से जांच पड़ताल करवाते हैं. तो इन द सेम वे ये भी आपके लिए करियर डिसीजन है. अगर इस करियर डिसीजन में आप एक कंपनी के साथ जुड़ते हो तो उस कंपनी के बारे में ऊपर से लेकर नीचे तक सब कुछ पता करना जरूरी है. सिर्फ ये सोच लेने से कि वो पीएसयू है वो तुम्हारे लिए सही नहीं होगी, आपको पूरा उसके बारे में जानना बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है. सो डोंट वरी, आई प्रोवाइड यू द नोट्स फॉर द इंडियन ऑयल इन डिटेल, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, सब कुछ. तो आप उन बस नोट्स को पढ़ लेना, आपकी इंडियन ऑयल की प्रिपरेशन पूरी हो जाएगी. ठीक है. एंड रिगार्डिंग द टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट, दीप सर.
यस, टेक्निकल नॉलेज में यू वर गुड. मैंने ज्यादा हीट ट्रांसफर से तो क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछे, आई जस्ट आस्क्ड फ्रॉम द फ्लूइड. इट वाज रियली गुड एंड आई लाइक योर अप्रोच कि आप वो जो ड्रॉ करके बता रहे थे, ठीक है, वो जरूर यूज करना बिल्कुल व्हाइल एक्सप्लेनिंग. मैं आपको यही बताऊंगा, अगर आप फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स एंड फ्लूइड डायनेमिक्स आपने जो भी बताया, ठीक है, अब आप यू आर गोइंग टू वर्क इन IOCL. सो वो क्या करेंगे ना, दैट्स व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू फ्रॉम पीजोमीटर, पिटोट ट्यूब, दिस क्वेश्चंस, बिकॉज वहां पे वो पाइपलाइंस यूज करते हैं एंड डेफिनेटली प्रेशर मेजरिंग डिवाइसेस बहुत ज्यादा यूज होंगे. तो जितने भी आपके प्रेशर मेजरिंग डिवाइसेस होते हैं, प्रेशर, वेलोसिटी, जैसे बहुत सारे होते हैं, वेंचुरी मीटर हो गया एंड ये बहुत सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स है, तो इनको ना अच्छे से गो थ्रू करिएगा, है ना. और इसके ना बहुत सारे कांस्टेंट वैल्यूज होते हैं, वो कांस्टेंट वैल्यूज को आप हो सके तो याद रखने की एक रेंज सेट करके की कोशिश करना कि हाँ ये रेंजेस होते हैं. फिर आपसे ये पूछे जा सकते हैं कि
एक बार थोड़ा आप एग्जांपल, कांस्टेंट वैल्यू एज इन,
जैसे मैं अगर उसकी बात करता हूँ, वेंचुरी मीटर, उसका एक फॉर्मूला आपने पढ़ा होगा क्यू का, जिसमें CD अंडर रूट समथिंग बहुत बड़ा सा फॉर्मूला आता है, तो कोफिशिएंट ऑफ डिस्चार्ज फॉर्मूला होता है. फिर हाँ, वो वैल्यूज को थोड़ा अगर आप वो कर लेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. फिर वो आपसे पूछेंगे कि वाई इसका वैल्यू इतना कम है, पिटोट ट्यूब का कम है, इसका ज्यादा है. फिर ओरिफाइस मीटर का CD का वैल्यू कम रहता है, तो ये रीजंस आपको पूछेंगे, है ना. और आप अच्छे से बर्नौलीज थ्योरम को अच्छे से गो थ्रू करिए, बिकॉज ये सारे एप्लीकेशंस आपके बर्नौली थ्योरम के ऊपर ही आपका ये है, तो इसको अच्छे से गो थ्रू करिए, है ना। सो ये आपसे पूछा जा सकता है। और दूसरा चीज ये, आप यस कंपनी का डिटेल डेफिनेटली आप कहीं पे भी जाते हो, क्योंकि कंपनी हमेशा ये जरूर देखेगी कि आप हमारे कंपनी के बारे में कितना इंटरेस्ट ले रहे हो, कि कितना ज्यादा जानते हो। और उसको अगर आप अपने पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस से वो करने की कोशिश करोगे ना लिंक, तो वो कंपनी के लिए बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। जैसे आप अगर देख के आए कि IOCL क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट्स बनाता है, ठीक है, और वो कैसे बनाता है वो भी आपको थोड़ा बहुत नॉलेज है, तो उनको अगर आप बताए तो फिर आप बोलोगे एज आई हैव वर्कड हियर एज अ लाइक दिस, तो मैं इसमें बहुत अच्छे से इस चीज को कर पाऊंगी। अगर आप इस चीज को ऐड करोगे तो वो कंपनी को लगेगा कि हाँ, मतलब यू आर इनटू दैट, आप एकदम आना चाहती हो, ऐसा है। तो ये बहुत अच्छा, क्योंकि एक्सपीरियंस्ड होल्डर को बिल्कुल ये पूछेंगे ही पूछेंगे, है ना, कि हम हमारे
में था, तो मैं उसको मतलब रिलेट करके जैसे मैंने बताया वो ठीक था ना।
हाँ आपने बताया, बट और उसको अच्छे से रिलेट, जैसे आपने जब वो अपस्ट्रीम और डाउनस्ट्रीम और मिड स्ट्रीम, आपने अपस्ट्रीम में मतलब मिड स्ट्रीम में आपने काम किया ज्यादातर, है ना। तो यस, तो IOCL के अगर आपने उसको अच्छे से मतलब डिस्क्रिप्शन पढ़ा होता कि ये क्या क्या करता है, तो जैसे अगर वहां पे कोई अपकमिंग प्लांट है सर, तो मैं वहां पे इस चीज में हेल्प कर सकती हूँ अपने बेस्ड ऑन माय पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस, ठीक है। तो वो उसके लिए कंपनी का नॉलेज होना बहुत जरूरी है जिसमें आप काम करने वाले हो, ठीक है।
ओके सर।
तो यस, वो एक पॉइंट हो गया। और कभी भी आप आंसर करते हो ना, एकदम हड़बड़ी में आंसर मत करिए, एकदम आराम से आंसर करो। आप बहुत जल्दबाजी में आंसर देने की कोशिश करी थी, एंड आप थोड़ा सा फंबल हो जा रही थी। स्लो मतलब धीरे स्लोली आंसर करिए, दैट्स नॉट एन इशू। इंटरव्यूअर के पास ऑल द टाइम है, क्योंकि उनको फ्यूचर लेना है ना अपने कंपनी के लिए, ठीक है। सो डेफिनेटली दे विल गिव यू टाइम फॉर ऑल द थिंग्स। तो आप टाइम लीजिए, टाइम देके आंसर करिए ये, या सो यस, दैट्स इट।
ठीक है। तो सर का जो ये पॉइंट है ना कि जब भी आप कोई आंसर करोगे तो अगर आप साथ में ये जोड़ दोगे कि सर एज पर माय पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस मैं इस चीज में काफी हेल्पफुल हो सकती हूँ एज ए रिसोर्स, मतलब इंडियन ऑयल को ये लगना चाहिए कि उनके लिए तुम एक रिसोर्स हो। क्योंकि एक तरफ तो वो फ्रेशर्स को ले रहे हैं, एक तरफ वो तुमको ले रहे हैं, तो तुमको लेने में क्या बेनिफिट है कि वो फ्रेशर्स को ना ले। बिकॉज फ्रेशर्स तो एक कोरा कागज है, इट्स जस्ट ए वाइट पेपर। वो जैसे ट्रेनिंग देंगे, जैसे सिखाएंगे वैसे सीख जाएंगे। बट तुम्हें तो ऑलरेडी काफी कुछ पहले से नॉलेज है किसी पर्टिकुलर फील्ड की, तो तुम्हें नई फील्ड की नॉलेज देना, मे बी यू फील हेजिटेंट, ऐसा इंडियन ऑयल को लग सकता है। तो तुम अगर ऐसा अप्रोच शो करोगे कि मैं वहां भी लर्नर थी, मैंने वहां पे लर्निंग की, सब कुछ सीखा, फिर मैंने गेट की प्रिपरेशन की, वहां लर्निंग की, और आगे भी मेरा लर्निंग का अप्रोच है कि मैं डाइवर्सिफिकेशन चाहती हूँ। बिकॉज मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं हर चीज की नॉलेज रखूँ। बिकॉज अगर मुझे हर चीज की नॉलेज होगी तो मैं आगे जाके इंडियन ऑयल में एक बड़ी पोस्ट पे जाकर इंडियन ऑयल की हेल्प भी कर सकती हूँ। ठीक है, मतलब अपना एक विजन वहां पे रखना तुम इंडियन ऑयल के सामने कि मैं मैनेजर या CMD ID लेवल तक जाना चाहती हूँ, ये मेरी विश है, कॉर्पोरेट में इतना आगे तक जाना चाहती हूँ। तो इंडियन ऑयल को भी लगेगा कि ये जो हम एम्प्लॉय चूज करने वाले हैं ना, ये लंबी रेस का घोड़ा है। ऐसा नहीं है कि 5 या 10 साल बाद जॉब करके छोड़ देगा। जैसे तुमने वेदांता में छोड़ दी, तुम्हें पसंद नहीं आई तो तुम यहाँ भी छोड़ दोगे, ऐसा नहीं है। अगर तुम अपना विजन रखोगे कि मैं CMD बनना चाहती हूँ, ED बनना चाहती हूँ, तो उन्हें लगेगा हाँ, ये डाइवर्सिफिकेशन और लर्निंग की बात इसीलिए कर रही है बिकॉज ये हमारी कंपनी में आगे जाना चाहती है। तो इस पर ट्रस्ट किया जा सकता है, इस पे हम अपने रिसोर्सेस लगा सकते हैं। तो दैट वुड बी ए वेरी बिग थिंग। तो ये चीज बताना बहुत जरूरी है। ठीक है,
श्योर।
बाकी ओवरऑल इंटरव्यू बहुत अच्छा था।
बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत अच्छा था, ठीक है।
चलो, ऑल द
ओके,
बेस्ट निधि।
ऑल
बाकी मैं तुम्हें इंडियन ऑयल के नोट्स दे दूंगा, तो वो तुम एक बार जरूर गो थ्रू करना अच्छे से, डेली बेसिस पे आधा घंटा डेली पढ़ना उन्हें। ठीक है,
ओके
ऑल द बेस्ट।
सर।
द